Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HANISAH binti HASBULLAH. As for this assignment, our computer person is working at Tenaga Nasional Berhad. Therefore, I would like to present some information about Tenaga Nasional Berhad. Tenaga Nasional Berhad, or known as TNB among our community, is Malaysia's largest power electric supply company, which is headquartered in Bangsa, Kuala Lumpur. On top of providing electric supply across Malaysia, TNB also provide higher education through its University Tenaga Nasional UNITAN. The accumulated number of their customers are about 9.2 million across Peninsula Malaysia, Sabah and Labuan. Their customer base comprises three types of consumer, which involve residential, commercial and industrial customers. Now, I would like to briefly describe our competent person. His name is Muhammad Amir bin Muhammad Yusof, which currently 33 years old and had married with 2 kids. Mr. Amir used to study in University Technology Malaysia, UTM. As I had briefly told you before, he is working with TNB. In TNB, he worked as an assistant technician for the Department of Fleet Management in Unit Genset. He had worked with TNB for 12 years. Besides his main job, he is also a member of the Safety and Health Committee for Tenaga Nasional Berhad Department of Fleet Management.
Hello, I'm ATIRAH. Now I will continue the presentation with hazard identification. Based on our competent person Hirarc form, we have analyzed 6 classifications of hazard. The first one is biological hazard. The activity of performing stretch work and cable rolling can lead to this hazard. The second is chemical hazard. The activity of up and down the stair for engine turning or off. The third is physical hazard. The activity of controlling traffic can lead workers to get hit by another vehicle. Hazard. The activity of performing stretch work and cable rolling can lead to this hazard due to the way workers lift or pull cable is incorrect. Fifth is the psychosocial hazard. The activity of parking the generator set in the work area and placing the safety cone. Lastly is safety hazard. The activity of carrying out genset cable installation work at TNB installation. Now we move to the methods of hazard identification. There has 3 methods. The first one is documentation of review. Second method is site visit and assessment. Last method is brainstorming.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURUL ZAHID and I will present on the topic method of risk assessment. The first one is the definition of risk assessment. Risk assessment means the process of evaluating the risk to safety and health from hazard at work. The second one is Hirarc. Hirarc is compound of 3 independent actions that will occur one after another. The process of identifying things that could damage or injure a person is known as a hazard identification. Next is process of analyzing and estimating the risk. There are the steps to assessing the risk and to identify the Hirarc form, which are: first is likelihood of an occurrence. It has 5 categories as you can see in the table. Next is severity of hazard. Same goes with the likelihood. It also have a 5 categories. Moreover, the risk calculation. This is the equation of risk. To get the risk, severity times with the likelihood. The next one is risk assessment matrix. And lastly, risk assessment. As part of risk assessment, activity must be taken in accordance with 3 colors, red, green, yellow, that represent the various risk categories, which are high, medium, and low. So the next one is Hirarc form. Hirarc form that was conducted by TNB company is installation service of generator set. Basically, they have 12 activities that were conducted, but I will explain and show one of the activity, which is carrying out generator set cable installation work at TNB installation. So as you can see in the table, this is the Hirarc form for the carrying out generator set cable installation work at TNB installation activity. In the table, they have the hazard, consequences, current risk control, likelihood, severity, and risk level.
SITI FATNIN HANNANI will proceed to present about risk control. So this is the comment of the risk control. There are 3 of 6 risk control were identified which used and recommended in the risk assessment for TNB to minimize the workplace hazard. The control measures included engineering control, administration control, and personal protective equipment. The reasons: firstly, enable control on redesigned procedures, tools, usage, and restriction entry. For example, the workers need to get PTW, which is permit to work before perform the jobs. Second, enable to correct or improve workers' safety work style and prevention hazard. For example, ergonomic training for lifting heavy items. And lastly, it's suitable to all job activity, even can eliminate or isolate the hazard. For example, non-conductor eyeglasses for eye protection. As for improvement to existing control measures, there are several suggestions for TNB workplace risk control. Firstly, engineering control, which is redesign job process and add hazard barriers. Second, administration control, which is worker-specific trainings and maintenance. Lastly, personal protective equipment, which is additional personal body protections. All of the specific explanation on those control were included in the table presentation.